Good morning, everybody. Well, today I'm making something, chocolate pudding. I did this before, but I found out where pudding was invented and when. It was invented in Britain. Another thing from Britain, around 1837. It started off with Yorkshire pudding, plum pudding, and then around 1937 it came to the United States where chocolate pudding was invented. It was invented by a man named Bird. I don't know his first and last name, but that's his name, Bird. So we're going to start this. We're going to add in 1 1/2 cups of whole milk, 1/2 cup of sugar, granulated. There we go. And mix this together, and I'm going to add in the cocoa. Mix this together. Really amazing where you find these different foods from. Mainly, a lot of it comes from Europe. And I'm adding in 1/3 cup of cocoa powder. Okay, my grandma used to make great chocolate pudding also, but I wanted to talk about the history of some of this food that you people are actually eating. We're going to mix this together. And what I want to do now is I want to put this on a stove top and let this cook for a few minutes, and then I'm going to go to the next step. Alright folks, I heated up the cocoa mixture, the chocolate mixture. You know what, you can almost make hot cocoa, but it's probably made a little bit differently. Dry this spoon because we don't have any complications with this at all. Alright, now the next thing I have to do is mix the eggs. The eggs are going to go in here, but be careful when you put the eggs in not to scramble your eggs. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is add in the cornstarch. The cornstarch is going to thicken the pudding. Alright, I'm adding in 4 teaspoons of cornstarch. 1. Oh, this little devil doesn't want to come out. Come on. 1. 2. Come on, you little devil. I don't know why it's sticking for today. Probably humidity. 4. Okay. 4 teaspoons of cornstarch. Now what we're going to do is we're going to mix this together into the egg. Make sure you get it off the sides of the bowl because sometimes it has a habit of heading there. You want to make sure it's all off here so your pudding will thicken. Because it will not thicken without the cornstarch. And be careful not to scramble your eggs because it's a common thing that happens when you add eggs into hot ingredients. I let this sit for a few minutes. Okay, let's put this over here. Now I'm adding in 1/2 cup of milk. Mixing this. Now I'm going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla. Vanilla enhances the flavor. There we go. Just a little bit of vanilla. You don't need a lot, just to enhance it. Alright. I'm going to mix this together. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to add in just a little bit of the cocoa. Not about half of it. Here we go. Just a little bit. Mix this together. And put this back in here. Be careful not to scramble because I can already see it starting to scramble. It's trying to scramble up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put it back on the flame. We're going to put it on low heat and we're going to move it off because already I can see it scrambling the eggs a little bit. I'm going to get that out of there. Here we go. Now you can see how beautiful this is and thick this is. This is chocolate pudding. That's it. Now what I want to do now is I'll be back in about an hour or so. I want to do it. I want it to chill for a good hour or so. Then I want to come back and make it really pretty. Here's a picture of pudding that I made. Let me see what this is. It looks kind of like a banana pudding. I believe this is banana. I made little pudding tarts. And this was invented in 1967. It only lasted a year. It's called whip and chill. It was also a pudding. Chocolate pudding came to our country in 1937. So look how thick this is. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Oh, this looks like a delicious. I'm just going to, there you go. A little bit of whipped cream because we're almost out of it. And I don't want to take a chance that we have a problem fighting the pussycats away. All right. So here we have delicious homemade chocolate pudding. Came to our country, it was invented in our country in 1937, but original pudding came from England, Britain, plum pudding, and Yorkshire pudding from Deborah's Home Country Kitchen. Have a great day, and please subscribe to our wonderful YouTube channel.